two clashes we see in this debate. The first one is where do we have more racism, and the second one is where do I feel better generally as a person. Before I get into that, just a very important framing in this debate, because we get a sense from CG mostly that look, they are just the leaders are going to frame the change in a way that's going to make people believe it's good for them. But what they ignore is there are still other countries where Muslims could be a majority. I will see people in Malaysia still wearing the hijabs. I will see people in Mecca still acting the same. Why is it important? Because under their analysis, the most important thing is how my leader is acting. But the person who is above him, those are even more connected to God, those who even represent them in a better way, are those who live in Mecca, those who give the other orders, those who are more connected to God. When they still tell the followers they could act the same because this debate is not related to minorities, to the majorities where I can act freely, then obviously I will understand there is a disconnection. I will understand that something odd is happening in my country. Just generally I'm going to feel like I'm abandoning the will of my fathers, right? Because this is what happened in debate, like this trust changes. I still see my parents and my grandparents and everyone I know wearing it, and then suddenly tell me, no, we now need to change. And this is the actual things of the debate. No. Okay, so this, which is going to lead me, I'm going to now go into racism and all of that. Because, and it's both, because we get from OG the sense that, look, it's going to have, we're going to have less racism, which is going to help in getting to jobs. And this is exactly what Dani gives you is extremely relevant. Because it gives you like a couple of different reasons why still people are going to be racist and I will still not be employed. Why? Because the moment that I go there, I need to tell my name, he's going to hear Dani Muhammad. He's going to see how I look like. He's going to hear that I have this like Arabic accent. And once in a while when I hear him speak like on the phone, I can see that he uses like Arabic sentences. If I'm racist and I don't want to hire people of those reasons, I have more than enough reasons under this motion to still hire only those I want. But at least I will have a better time in school. Okay, first of all, we don't understand the delta in schools. Like children want to make fun of each other regardless. They're just going to hear at some point that the child is Jewish and they're going to make fun of it. But no, it's going to make connection, which is going to make everything better, which is going to make the change in the conformation bias. First of all, as we tell you, there isn't really a delta because from the beginning I'm going to know who he is, right? I'm just going to see, and it's important because what happens in this debate. Today, I know who exactly is religious or not, and if I have this confirmation bias against them, then I could only hate them. Under the motion, I'm unsure anymore. Every person I see has this different kind of like face-like related things, and there's a certain accent that makes me believe he could belong to this religion. We believe that there are even more racist people because each and every person, especially under the bias analysis, I'm going to think, he's probably religious, he's probably belongs to this group that I hate. We just believe that more people who aren't even related in some cases to those religion could be harmed as well. And it's important, right? Because moreover, even if you agree it's sometimes relevant, we really don't even believe that most of the racism even comes from these reasons. Because especially in Europe, which is what they mostly focus on, the reason people hate people from other countries is mostly just because I'm afraid they're going to take my jobs, right? This is the narrative we're all over Europe. It's not about those people are Muslim and this is why I hate them. It's not about I see them daily and I fear them and I'm racist against them. It's just about I do not know them and this is something that do not change. There is no delta there at all. Great. We do get from the idea that some of them are going to turn to more extreme religious leaders because they feel the disconnect. We do not really understand how it's going to cause more racism and the general worsen of the relations. We do get from the brilliant cases that look, you just harm the person who should be harmed. OG tells them right, but in these cases, those people are actually the ones who are in charge. There is a clear correlation between me wearing these kinds of clothes and me being attacked. This is exactly where our cases come in and solve this issue, because we tell you that there is no connection at all and there are no relations, so it is not the reason to do so. Okay, great. And then we get from CG the idea that people are attacked. People feel attacked because they see people who are different from them. First of all, most of the time, especially like Jewish people from the framing both from OG live in different kind of places where they don't really encounter other people. They're mostly in their own neighborhood, so there is no meeting other people. But okay, no. Before I continue here.
protecting your life and your community is an actual religious command and value. Wearing a hijab or yarmulke, that's just decorations that can be removed in times of need. Since that is the case, we simply don't understand why do you think that people are going to rebel against their leaders?
Okay, that's the point, right? Because sure, there is no disability delta. People are still going to be harmed. People are still going to be fearful in the streets because they're being racist. People are racist against them. They will see that there is no actual change. They will understand that all over the world Muslims still wear it because it is important, because it is something they wore for thousands of years and it's a part of their own religion, and they're obviously going to understand there's a problem there. But still there's an idea from where generally am I going to feel better? Because we get from a very important case, it's part of your identity, right? It's part of who you are. We don't really understand the delta there, and we get from CJ the idea that it isn't going to be so. Why? You're not going to feel the disconnect because the leader is going to pass on his religion saying by telling you that it's from God. First of all, I already partly answered it in my framing in the beginning, but moreover, we just think that okay. Before I understand it, I was good. Yeah.
Even if you're right, and the boss in the job interview can tell that you're Muslim, only when Muslims as a community display their faith by wearing burqas, the average Hungarian feels like their identity is under attack.
But that's obviously false, right? We see all over the world when there are even no Muslims at all, people being racist. It's because they're a friend of them generally, just because they're different, just because they don't belong. It's not about showing anything, it's simply because of who you are, and you are different, it's not going to change. Okay. So now let's understand the important what actually is happening here. Because I already explained in the beginning why they are lucky to understand that there is a disconnect, there is something weird. And this is exactly where the case comes in, because this debate is about minorities, especially in their life. When under government side, I feel like the entire country hates me and is racist against me, doesn't want to help me at all. When I myself, even I want to get help, I do not even understand sometimes the language enough to go outside and get the help of the country. When I don't really have good enough access to like the to get help. Then I need someone from my own community I can count on, I believe in, that helps me. When even he, the only person related to God, is someone I do not believe in anymore. Because I see that he's telling me things that are false. Because he's telling me things that harm who I am and harm the way I live so far. This is when I do not feel safe enough to go to him. And this is the greatest danger of this debate, because when their daily life are harmed, when the way I live is no longer good for me, this is when my quality of life is going to deter, and this is when obviously they're being harmed, so please oppose.